Aston Martin Valiant Mustang GTD. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Six Cars. It's Kyle checking in here. I know it's been a couple of weeks. I think our last video was Dream Ride down in Connecticut. Of course, we had all the mayhem from Monterey Car Week before that as well. But welcome back to the channel. It's good to be back. I definitely took like a week or so to re-energize after the craziness that was Car Week. And once again, thank you guys. Huge shout out for all the support during another amazing Car Week. Welcome to all the new subscribers. But in today's video, we're back in Toronto, Canada, getting some new car content. So a couple of events today. We're going to a charity event just outside of Toronto, actually, where there should be some pretty interesting supercars and a few surprise hypercars as well that I am looking forward to seeing. And obviously, like I said, many surprises too. Who knows what we're going to find. And there will be another Vulture Sunday Classic meet, which we've been to quite a few now, but there's always some really nice classic Euro. There's some really tastefully mod cars. So I think this is going to be a very fun video. So guys, make sure you hit that big red subscribe button, leave your likes and comments. It really does help the channel. But without further ado, we're going to hit the road and get some car content. All right, first stop of the day, horsepower for hospital. It looks like there's a fairly decent spread here, actually. So I think we should find a few interesting cars in here. I just want to point out this GT4 RS first and foremost. I do quite like the color on that. One of my PTS warriors can leave a comment, let me know which color that is, because there's so many different blues nowadays with Porsche. It's hard to keep track of the colors of all of them, or the names of all the colors, but that is very good looking. But we'll keep walking through the aisle here. Like this modified Huracan. We've got an F1 edition Aston Martin Vantage. So yeah, not too shabby, like I mentioned. I can see a TVR Sagaris though. So there are some very unique and interesting cars. So we'll make our way through and check those out right now. Not until we have shown off this McLaren 720S though, the Barbie Mobile. Oh my goodness, that is an interesting wrap, but it's not just a wrap. If you look at the center caps on the wheels, you got the little Barbie logo, and you've even got a Mattel logo replacing the McLaren badge. That is wow, interesting. Not expecting to see something like that there, but it's a little bit different, than the rest of the stuff we've got here as we continue to make our way through the cars. It's kind of tough with the ropes in front of the cars here, but there is the new 12 Cylindri. I don't know if you've actually seen one of these in Canada. There were a few driving around in Monterey Car Week, obviously, but here we go. Not really sure if this is the coupe or the Spire. It's hard to tell from this angle, but you know what? I think this is a really good looking car. I do quite like it. I think it's a bit divisive, but I think that's every new car. Everyone has always mixed opinions on it. One of the big things is the black bar going across the front. I know that has some mixed feelings online, but I think it goes really well with the heritage styling of the 12 Cylindri. So hey, not too bad. Good to see that. Is another interesting car, the TVR Sagaris, which I think is the last car TVR built before they went under, unfortunately. But it's probably the coolest one that they did build, and it is in one of those interesting TVR flip paint colors that is so famous with the brand. But it's so cool and so interesting to see all the weird little design cues that TVRs have, all the gills and the intakes everywhere. There's a lot going on with these, but I think the Sagaris is probably, like I said, the most interesting car that they built. That's really nice looking. There's the new Aston Martin Vanquish. So hey, you know what? Nice to see a couple of big V12 Grand Tours to do a new Vanquish and a 12 cylinder over there. This Vanquish though, my goodness, blue on blue. You can see the whole interior of the seats finished in the same color, same as the brake calipers too. That is such a good looking car. Insanely expensive, by the way. I think somewhere in the region of like 700,000 Canadian. So not for the faint of heart. It's a very expensive car, but hey, looks wise, fantastic. And the fact that it still has a V12 is a huge plus in this day and age. Let's keep walking down the aisle. There we go. There is a good find, ladies and gentlemen. Mustang GTD, the second one we've seen like outside of auto shows and whatnot. We saw Jay Leno's back in California in that nice blue, but I do really like this dark red. It's almost got like a burgundy vibe to it, and it really shows off the lines of the GTD, all the louvers and the intakes, that big front splitter. What a crazy looking car. Absolutely amazing to see this. I was not expecting to see a GTD today, I will say that, but man, oh man, every single angle of this be kind of tough to see the back, but that rear wing is so interesting, how it just hangs off of like the sides of the rear window right over the back of the car. Essentially the Mustang GT3 for the road. And beside the GTD, look at that, we got a nice Aston Martin DB5 too. So there's another very interesting Aston Martin I will show you guys in just a minute here. But as far as important Aston Martins go, tough to beat that one. I mean, this is like the James Bond car. Sean Connery, the man himself, Man, oh man, nice to see that as well. Don't really see these around too often anymore, I gotta say. You see a lot of DB6s rolling around, but it's always good to see a classic clean DB5. And yeah, there's the back of the Mustang GTD. Actually, do a quick little zoom. The rear wing is so interesting, one of my favorite parts of that car. But so far so good, guys. Some very interesting cars, and they get even more interesting as we head that direction. So this is probably the most interesting section that I've seen so far from this interesting show. I'll just call it that. By the way, nice little view back there, Lake Ontario, so it's a cool setting. But look at this, we've got the McLaren Nova with no windshield. As I pointed out a few times, this is the best and only way to do this car, in my opinion. It's supposed to be an open top speedster, and that's how it should remain. You've even got the helmet there. In the passenger seat, got the classic Golf livery, the dark blue with the orange, looking quite nice. And I love the orange accents on the tops of the seat there. This is a very interesting car. And again, I apologize, the ropes are making it a bit tricky to get the whole car in the frame. But there we go, another Elva for the channel. We've got a nice 911 Turbo 50 here as well, which is a very interesting car, I must say. It's obviously paying 50 years of the 911 Turbo model itself, but this is expensive. I believe it's like well over like 300,000 Canadian, maybe closer to 4, to be honest. But expensive car, very good looking though. I do like the livery and what they've done with it. The classic wheels are a nice touch as well. But over there is the Aston Martin Valiant. So let's take a look at that. All right, so again, step back because the ropes, like I said, a little difficult to fit all the cars in the frame, but the Aston Martin Valiant. You know what? I think we've maybe only seen one of these on the channel. I believe it was back in Connecticut, but it's a slightly more aggressive version than the Aston Martin Valor. And I like to refer to this as sort of like the Aston Martin muscle car, because it definitely has a super aggressive muscle car body style, whatever you want to call it. But this one is quite striking. It's almost like an orangey gold. It's a lovely color. It's really wild with these wheels too. I'm not sure if there's wheel covers or not, but you can see how complex all the aero work is on this car too. It's these louvers fitting right under this massive front grille. You can see the big old twin turbo V12 in there as well. Nice to see. Looks like our boy Fernando signed something in this car. He's not smiling too much in that picture, but hey, like, he's signed the car, so that I guess would help the value. Absolutely, no doubt, one of the best F1 drivers ever. But yeah, there we go. You can see that is the big difference there with the Valiant compared to the Valor 2, is that rear wing back there. It's slightly more aggressive, like I said. But yeah, nice to see that. I was hoping to be in a slightly better setting so we get a better look at it, but there we go. We can add it to the checklist. We have seen the Valiant. And just for good measure, another Golf supercar. We saw the Elva before, and here is the Ford GT. Obviously a lot of history with this car and this livery, and I think actually all of these stickers on the side are from the factory. These are not put on aftermarket. I believe it came from Ford directly with the stickers and the livery on it too. So obviously matching the classic GT40 race car, the Golf livery, which by the way, there is one here. I'm not sure, or not 100% sure if this is an original. I do believe it is a replica, but either way, it's very nicely done. It's cool to see the two cars together with the matching liveries and the decals and everything. Very, very nice to see that. So yeah, the Challenger convertible as well, 446 pack. Shouts out to the muscle car fans. There are some interesting ones here actually, which show that. And yeah, actually this one's pretty cool. The Chevelle here, which I do believe is the one that Ricky Bobby's dad actually drove in Talladega Nights. I think that's what this livery is from. Shift around here and show it. Yeah, if you guys haven't watched that movie, the Cougar driving in the back, it's really funny, but there we go. Like I said, very nice setting here for this charity car event, and a great way to start off our Sunday here filled with cars. But I think without further ado, we might hit the road and head to our next event. So up on the roof here at the Vulture meet, nice clean NSX. I think we've seen this one before, finished in Millennium J, but always good to see it. Just in case any new viewers to the channel have not seen this one before, it is definitely one of the cleanest NSXs we have in Toronto here. Absolutely love the BBSs on that. Great looking color. So we shift over here. We've got a slammed Toyota Sentry. My goodness, that is so sweet. It's still a V12 too. The newer ones in Japan are sitting with V8s. Unfortunately, the V12 is always going to be way cooler, so always good to see that. It is the newer body, slightly newer body style too, but obviously it's slammed, absolutely dumped. The big ho-ho center caps on the wheels. Nice to see that. Got the seat covers on it. Definitely has the nice VIP look. We've got an Esprit There we have a nice gold 380 SL convertible. Over here, definitely one of the coolest E30s though. This M3 is finished in like a full DTM build, has the livery and everything inside. I think it's fully gutted too, like full roll cage, bucket seats. You can see the Recaros with the saw belts, and yeah, there you go, nice full roll cage in there. And not much else going on in the interior, which is really cool to see. It definitely has the full DTM race car look, and it is still plated, as you can see, street legal. But there we go, you got the little duckbill spoiler at the back there. That is lovely. But let's go and see what else we can find here at the Vulture meet. That really nice slammed 740 and absolutely dumped. I'm not usually a huge fan of like negative camber, but I think on this car it actually looks really good. It has a very clean VIP style look to it. Very nice to see that. Got a nice little 964 turbo, of course, always quite lovely. We've got a Diablo. I think this one is a usual pick here from these Vulture meets, but again, one of those cars that you never really get tired of seeing. It's always good to see a nice classic Diablo there. There's a TVR Griffith over here in like a really classic TVR color. This is the one that you want to get if you're getting a TVR, is something like this sort of like turquoise color, because they are very well known for their wild designs and wild colors, and something like that absolutely matches the TVR styling. Inside you can even see the door sills and the door sides. Carpets also finished in that nice turquoise wood grain interior as well through the dash and the steering wheel, so that's quite interesting. To each their own with TVRs. I know they're hit and miss with some people. I think they're very nice though. But look at that BMW fitted with the roof rack, the old 6 Series on nice BBSs. It's one of my favorite things to see at these Vulture meets. It's all of the interesting mods and the wheel choices too. But man, oh man, I think most people here have very good taste when it comes to mixing and matching their wheels on these classic Euro cars. That looks quite nice. And speaking of interesting interiors, check out this 964 Cabrio. I want to show you guys just how interesting this looks outside and inside, matching each other with that sort of like, I don't know if you want to call it like seafoam or turquoise-ish color, but the entire interior, unlike the TVR where it just has sort of the door sills and the carpets, this one has the seats, the carpeting, the door sills, the steering wheel, everything finished in that turquoise. That is quite interesting, except for that little wood grain on the shifter and the handbrake. But man, oh man, that is quite a bold spec on that 911, but I do quite like it. Here, another nice E30 for you guys to check out on DTM wheels. An option that is usually not too common at these meets. I don't think I've seen this on an E30 before, but obviously it is quite good looking and in immaculate condition. I like the carbon fiber like gurney flap at the back too, but there's not like a single swirl or scratch or anything on this paint. Definitely one of the cleanest E30s that I have ever seen personally. That is quite lovely. Got a nice little NA out of there, and TE37s, always like seeing those. Another really clean car, like no swirls or scratches or anything, just in immaculate condition. Nice like little beige brown interior too, as we will work through more of the garage here and see what else we can see. Just more lovely 911s there, nice black on black. That looks fantastic. Again, excellent wheel choice. Not too surprising here at these Vulture meets. We got an Alpina B10 3.6. Another very rare BMW, looking quite nice there. We continue on down, another NSX with, wow, these carbon fiber intakes. So I get a better look or angle at these. You can see how far they stick out from the rest of the car, obviously aftermarket, but this one kind of has like a bit of the Zanardi edition vibes to it. I'll try and shift around and get the whole car in the frame if we can. It's a little bit tight, but there we go. A nice NA1 for you guys to check out in a classic red. My goodness, a very nice like Alpha GT V6 there too. A nice little Jetta there. One of my favorite wheels actually. I think these are work equips. I think the 01 might be the actual model, but the 4-spoke work equips. Absolutely lovely looking, great looking Jetta there. We move down the garage. Is a nice clean 430 Spider there, red on tan, but you know what, you don't really see too many stock 430s around anymore. Nice plate too, so nice to see that. Another Ferrari there is a nice 458, last of the NA V8s from Ferrari. Such a great car. It's a reason why it's holding its value so well. I do see another nice NSX behind that too, on some very good looking TE37. So we'll get over there once the crowd's thin a bit, but there is another nice 964 coming in as well. Yeah, so this NSX looking a little more extreme than the other two. You can obviously see the wide body flares on it, quite aggressive. It has sort of like a Tsukuba Time Attack vibe to it, I would have to say. But yeah, very good looking TE37s. We've got the red Recaros inside. very nice. Got the Voltex GT wing, and I think the rear fenders are actually a bit wider than the front, so nice to see that. Nice little Volkswagen pickup back there. There is a lot going on here, guys, so we'll keep working our way, I guess, down towards the bottom of the garage and see what else we can find. Here, show some love to the Mark III Supras, because I know the Mark IVs get shown a lot, but the Mark IIIs are also quite nice. And again, very clean looking car, not too much going on with it, but I do like the 5-spoke Workmeisters. Really suits the car very well. Another wheel where you can't really go wrong. I think that looks quite nice. Nice purple M3 there. You see an 185 Celica GT4 over there as well. And I've always had a soft spot for B5 S4s, and I think this one does look quite nice. Almost like a lighter Nardo gray, but the BBSs look really good on that car. Over here, I think we've been showing a lot of love to French cars recently, and that is not a bad thing at all. They're quite rare over here in Toronto. We've seen quite a few lately. A nice 106 S16 Peugeot. It has the Corsa wheels on it too, so a nice little find there in the garage. We keep going down. What else can we find here? We have a nice FC convertible RX-7. Hardly see the convertibles around ever, so a interesting little uncommon find again. Nice modded IS300. Sort of got like a bit of an Altezza vibe to it. Here we go. We've got a couple of nice Nissan JDMs. We've got the S15 here. Looks like it's kind of hard to tell almost sometimes between the Spec S and the Spec R, but either way, this one is nicely done. Not too much going on, but hey, over the top. You don't really need to do that all the time on these Silvias. They look quite fine just as they are. And we do have a nice 180 SX over here as well, the right hand drive version, so straight from Japan on the classic Nismo 5-spoke wheels too. And just for good measure, an S14 on some newer Nismo 5-spokes. So if you are a Nissan fan like myself, that is quite a nice little trio there as we keep heading down the aisle. There we go. It's the full RB26 swaps 240Z. So yeah, the current state of this meet, guys, this is probably the busiest one. I know we've seen a few of these Vultures on the channel, but this is by far the biggest one. I don't think we've ever seen cars stacked up, double parking here along the sides, but there we go. Another NSX, 4 of these today, I believe. Nice Desmond Regenmaster Evo wheels. There is a very nice 911 coming down the ramp too. HREs. But yeah, some good picks here today, guys. I gotta say, this is a pretty solid turnout. Definitely has like a bit of a Tokyo vibe with the garage setting too. Wow, that is so loud in the garage. Yeah, it smells too, but it's car smells. It's okay. Nice TC2 Integra Type R with the USDM bumper. As I believe we will be heading out shortly from this meet. But yeah, like I said, guys, again, great turnout here for another Vulture meet.